are back with We Got Clothes at Home. Before we get started though, thank you again so much for any B-Day wishes, whether it was on here or on Instagram. I really and truly do appreciate you. Yes, I had a great time for my birthday, still celebrating it into the weekend. Not sure when this will come out, but let's just get started. So yes, this is the continued series of We Got Clothes at Home, just encouraging you to wear what you have at home. That doesn't mean you won't ever go out and buy new items. I certainly do and did for my birthday just around this time. And we'll focus on the Commence crop trench coat. If you guys remember, I think I put that on screen in a recent video, and I said, hey, I'll go ahead and provide a video just on how I choose to style it, a few quick ways. So let's just go ahead and dive in. Again, these fits are inspired by other women, so a shout out to them and their style. If I can find their names on social, I'll be sure to try to throw them up here. So the very first one, now I love what she did here just in terms of having the layers, and a layer doesn't always have to be like actually traditionally on body, right, like the jacket is, but she tied the striped Oxford shirt around her waist. So you guys will see that done here as well. And I certainly switched up the footwear. So she has on a pair of black, red, and white Converse, and I think those look great. Just they wouldn't go well with my feet right now. I've learned that hard lesson. Definitely at 35. I'm pretty sure it's going to carry over to 36. But instead, I said, hey, let me swap out for the Air Jordan 1 Low Bread. Now, yes, this is from 2015. Will I continue to have this in the collection? I'm not really sure. You know, I got to make a decision on that. And I don't doubt they'll eventually bring this back. They've brought back every other OG low when it comes to the Jordan 1 Low. I'm sure Jordan Brand will probably drop it at some point. Like, oh my God, 2026, look what we have. But for this in particular, so again, I decided to swap out to that Bread 1 Low, but I think I could also put in another pair here, and you'll eventually see that on screen, for the recently released Adidas Originals Addy Star Control 5 Cranberry in collaboration with Eric Shake James. So I just think that would add a little bit more comfort, and I feel like a lot of you would agree with me there for a Control 5 versus an Air Jordan 1. But I liked this fit overall. I like the graphic tee, so she has one on. I decided to go ahead and throw on my Andre 3000 Supreme tee in black, and I like the stripes that he's wearing in his overall, so I think that actually goes really nice with a striped shirt around my waist all the same. And then I think this crop trench just really just sets it off, right? She's got hers just on the shoulder. I went ahead and put mine on, and then for the pants, she's got on like looser fitting cargo pants. I decided to actually put on just more of a slimmer fit twill pant. These are actually the New Balance pants that I got some time ago, I think like in 2022, 2023 maybe, in working with them. So you guys can go ahead, let me know your thoughts, and then let's go ahead to the next fit. So we're sticking with the trench, okay? Clearly that is the theme for this. So not a fit that I may traditionally just throw on to run errands, but if I know I actually need to be out and about and I want to switch it up some, I may go to this fit, okay? So guys, just clearly put on something looser fitting in terms of the bottoms, because yes, there are tighter leather pants worn in this fit here, and it's got its layers. Now her layer is longer for the Oxford shirt, and I didn't have one that would fit nicely under a sweater that was that long. You need like a rather thin shirt to be able to do that. I don't have one that's that thin, but that long in length at the bottom. So I still threw on a Oxford shirt, but I actually went ahead and did a blue and white stripe one, different from the one you just previously saw. And then I threw on a crew neck sweater that I have, and that was like that first little layering piece. And then of course the crop trench from Commence. And for the footwear here, so I'm dabbling in my loafer era. So instead of the chunky loafer, I actually went with the Coach loafer that has the classic print on the front there. So again, just something, I think it's still pretty quick, simple that you can throw on, but what if I don't want to be in sweats or cargos or denim? I think it is really nice. It's why I do have like a few leather pants options, whether they're tighter. One pair actually is a cargo pair, and then the Adidas pair that I recently showed here on the channel. So let's go to this last fit. Now I'm adding the trench as a layer. It wasn't shown here, but I'm adding it for myself, okay? So NWSL, it's come to an end, guys. It's come to an end. I am quite sad about that as a women's soccer fan, but you know what? Next season will arrive. So I went ahead and threw on a soccer jersey. Not that this is an NWSL jersey, but threw on a soccer jersey. This was actually gifted. I didn't have to buy this one, so really grateful for that. Really thin. This Puma jersey is so thin, super thin kit. And then she she's wearing navy blue and white pinstripe pants, classic. I actually had these tailored a little while back when I picked them up because they had the loose fit that I wanted, but they were so baggy in the waist that just didn't work for me. So your tailor can be one of your best friends. Go ahead if the item fits everywhere else you want it to fit, and maybe there's something you need to take in, or maybe you need to like hem the bottom for the pants. Just listen, take them to a tailor, get that fit that is perfect for you. That's like some of the best advice I've ever received. Shout out to always watching What Not to Wear with my mom growing up. And so I really like these, the colors here. I think they are just rich fall tones in the navy and the maroon. And so I said, hey, I can certainly throw this on. Now, instead of a sneaker, I actually just put on my Timberland Stone Street boat shoe. No one should be shocked it's making an appearance again. And then again, I put on the trench. So 3 different looks with the Commence crop trench jacket. Now it is oversized, so that's why in here, just as a size reference, I'm wearing a small. Normally I would get like a medium in almost any women's jacket, but I got a small and I really like the way it fits. Now it did take some getting used to because I think I'm so used to everything being really oversized, especially in my tops. Like even this is really oversized because this is a large, but I got a small and you guys can see how it fit on me. So I've got a lot of room in the sleeves. The way that I tested if I needed to do an exchange or return it, I actually had on a pretty oversized sweatshirt and the jacket fit through my sleeves perfectly. So I said, you know what, TJ, keep the small. Now, this was my first time ever shopping with Commence ever. I read some shipping horror stories that it could take a while in the reviews, but mine didn't. I think mine took like 7 days. That's why I was so shocked that it arrived before I even left out of town to go to Milwaukee for the Control 5 Cranberry release. So really good shipping time, at least for me. I'm sure they've struggled in the past, but it seems to have been, you know, cleared up. So that's the only thing I can speak to, which is my experience. I thought it was a decent price just in terms of what I paid. And yeah, I'm happy with it. So there are other items that I actually have on a wish list there. Not sure when I'll pick those up. I know Black Friday is fast approaching. I don't really have things like picked out like verbatim that, oh my goodness, I'm gonna rush out and get it. I don't. And I don't have anything to sell you guys, okay? The only thing that I would share is if you really like the mental wellness club that hat that I have, it's a camo hat. That brand, Friends of Felix, they're actually having a buy one, get one free. My friend James used it today when I'm filming this, and he picked up that hat, and now they have a light Realtree camo hat. So if that is something that you're interested in, because listen, you want to continue to promote mental health awareness and listen, just taking care of your mental health, then there you go. I'll make sure the link is below. Again, I don't make anything off of that. I just want to share that with you guys, and you can comment below your thoughts on the jacket. I've always joked that like I have a jacket problem, but I love layers. I think it could add something really nice to any fit. You guys saw a layer wrapped around your waist or just, you know, again, on top of whatever else that you're wearing. I'm a fan of it. So comment your thoughts below. Don't worry, we definitely have episode 5 on the way for We Got Clothes at Home. As always, act your age, not your shoe size.